Okay, happy Thursday, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is Yoga Therapy with Jenna. That's me. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it very much. And if you are interested in more classes in the future, I have a current list of my classes available online at mountainyogi.com. That's MTN YOGI.com. All right, so for today's class, guys, let's make sure that we have some items for our class today that can serve us the best purpose. So starting off with maybe a yoga block or two. If you do not have a yoga block, a book that maybe you can wrap with a small towel is always suitable as well. As well as if you have a rad roller or a tennis ball at home, or something kind of similar that might be a softer surface, but that is kind of a little bit, has a little sponginess to it, if you will, that would work. If you have also the double rad roller, potentially, or something similar to this at home, this is also a really nice option for you. All right, as well as I have today a belt. This is a yoga belt. So this can be also just like any belt you have in your house, or if you have a piece of fabric or an item that maybe also can work with this. It doesn't have to necessarily have the looping like ability on it per se, but as long as it's going to be long enough that if you do just have one long, strong piece of fabric, you can use it to have good length, okay? As well as if you also have a TheraBand, so something that's a little bit more, less resistance and more ability to stretch. If you have one of those, you can use that as well. And last but not least, if you have an exercise band, that's also a good option for you. Not saying you have to have all three of these, saying one of these items will work perfect for you during class today. Okay, and absolutely always make sure you have a water bottle handy. So when you are in class, if you ever need to take a break to get hydrated, please feel free. Do not need to wait for me to guide you into that part. All right, guys, in today's class, we are going to be hosting online via Facebook and on Zoom and on YouTube. And if you want to log in to the Zoom meeting, once again, go to mountainyogi.com. And if you want to follow on Spotify as well to listen to music, the playlist we're going to be listening to today is going to be Slow Flow Fridays. And that is also going to be under Mountain Yogi. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get that started here today, guys. If you've got a blanket or a pillow, something that's going to be comfortable and easy for you to have under your knees, we're going to go ahead and start in Child's Pose, Balasana, for practice today. So stretching out through the toes, the tops of the feet, kind of allow the feet to find a nice spot. Walk or let your hands reach forward, and then let yourself slowly melt. And if you feel maybe more acceptable to have the hips up a little bit more as your forehead reaches the mat, allowing yourself to take that time. Maybe your hips are feeling a little sore today or a little stiff. And so if there's a little space between your heels and your butt here, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just try to take the time. Maybe let it slowly melt down. Allowing yourself to slow it down all the way from the fingertips down to your toes. Notice if you're storing any tension or stress. And see if you can breathe into that space and let yourself melt down. Let all of that negative energy go by using the exhale to reassure yourself you are safe and you are loving. Slowly breathing into your hands, I want you to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Feel a nice stretch in the left side body. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk your hands back to center. And then exhale, walk them gently over to the left. Inhale, let's walk our hands slowly back to center. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, let's slowly roll ourselves up to seated position on our heels. Finding an inhale to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Hands to the side. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. Let your palms join together. Hands to heart center. Take a couple of breaths. Create an intention, a mantra for your class. The reason for why you came onto your mat today. Letting yourself find that mantra. I am peaceful. I am strong. Inhale. And exhale, just dropping the nose and chin down towards the chest. Set that intention truly in your heart as you inhale and exhale, slowly releasing it out as you reach the crown of the head back up. Let's slowly open our minds. Inhale, reach those hands up, back up one more time. Exhale, cactus arms, so bend your elbows out towards the side. Open the hands. Exhale, close the hands. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, reach the hands back up. Exhale, hands now reach behind the body. Interlace the fingers so you can reach the hands away from the spine. Chest rolls forward. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Let's go ahead and find tabletop position. Walking hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath our hips. You can use that blanket underneath your knees if your knees are feeling sensitive. If you don't need that blanket, go ahead and gently place it off to the side. Inhale to cat-cow. Exhale, cat. Connect with your body. See if there's any place, maybe the fingertips or toes, that are needing a little bit more movement. Maybe add movement with your toes when you exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, and maybe push into the tops of your feet. Exhale, come to your toes. Just little bits of motion here. Maybe a little bend in the elbows. Last one. Inhale, coming back into neutral position now. We're going to go ahead and walk ourselves all the way onto our bellies, dropping our knees, our belly, our chest, and turning our head to one side. I'm just connecting with your heartbeat here. Close the eyes for a moment if you feel comfortable and relaxed. Nice work. Bend your knees and just windshield wiper your feet side to side. Right and then left. Nice. All right, gently release those feet back down towards the floor. We're going to start with our shoulder stretch here, allowing ourselves slowly to open up through the shoulder. We're going to go ahead and begin first with a little bit of the neck before we come into the shoulder. So we're going to work a little bit on baby cobra. So we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, elbows close to the side body. We're going to inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And slowly inhale, lift a little more if you can. And then exhale, relax. We're going to do that 2 more times here. And if it's feeling a little uncomfortable for you, I'd like you to not lift as high. And then on the 3rd lift, we're going to make sure we have that yoga block handy, and we're going to place it under the forehead. All right? Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift a little bit more, using the core to activate. And then exhale, relax. Beautiful. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep activation in the core to protect the lower spine. Inhale and exhale. Relax. Nice job. All right. Inhale. Gently lifting just about an inch. Placing that yoga mat gently underneath onto the forehead. And gently placing that there. Now, if the hands are a little uncomfortable for you here, if your shoulders are feeling a little tight right now still, before we come into the full shoulder stretch, you can always reach your hands forward and release and extend the arms. Bending the elbows maybe just a little bit here and pushing the palms into the earth a little to help lift the forehead, and then gently release the forehead back onto the yoga mat. So we're really just doing small intrinsic movements here in practice. Let's take about 3 more breaths right here. Lifting the yoga block off and away to the side gently, still in a comfortable reach zone, and turning your head to the opposite side and releasing down. Inhale and exhale. Use your next inhale to come forward. All right, making sure that we have maybe a roller handy, or for the purpose of beginner, for people who are beginners, excuse me, maybe just trying to use without the roller first. Okay, we're going to start on the right shoulder. We're going to open up and roll onto the right side body. So first, starting off, if you like to just look first, using your left hand underneath your left shoulder, inhale, lifting the side body up and gently rolling onto the right shoulder as the right arm is extended out to the side. Now, if this is feeling extremely uncomfortable, come back down and go smaller. So you can even use your toes to kind of push the knees and lift a little. You can use the hand a little bit more and roll, or you can also bend the top leg and bring the foot behind you. All of these are options. If you want to use the rad roller, the single one, placing it gently into the pectoral muscle, not placing it on any bone, but only on muscle, working on leg myofascial tissue. So gently placing it in that comfortable spot, and then inhale, gently rolling and opening a little bit more. So working on the shoulder and the pectoral muscle here. Relax the head and try to relax the rest of the body as you find this position. Maybe you're thinking this is super hard to get comfortable with, but trying your best to find where it can benefit you the most. So if this roller in your pectoral muscle is causing any pain, you're like, this is too significant, back off. Or you don't have to go as deep into the roll. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Nice, releasing slowly and gently. Take the roller, place it over towards the left side if you're choosing to use it. Extend both arms out for a moment. Release the forehead and chin towards the front. All right, extending your left arm out and gently releasing your right hand underneath your right shoulder out to the side, and then allowing that roller to be in the left shoulder / pectoral muscle. You can inhale, start to lift the side body and find the position that works for you. Be mindful, if one side feels different than the other, maybe this side can handle it, or maybe this side cannot. If you suffer from any shoulder injuries, be very aware of what your body is telling you as you open up and break up some of that tightness in the tissue around the muscles. Breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And exhaling, gently rolling back onto the front. Placing your roller off to the side. And let's come back into child's pose. So we're gonna lift up through to half push-up, coming back onto your knees towards the heels. All right, gently inhale. Let's go ahead and come on back up. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls here, 3 in each direction. Inhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and find a downward facing dog for our practice. If you've got a blanket underneath you, place that blanket off to the side if you can. Walk your hands forward. Find a nice plank to activate through the core for just a breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and pump out the legs a little bit by pedaling. So lifting one heel off the floor and then switching. Nice. Let's drop both heels down onto the mat. Inhale, lift both heels as far up as you can. Exhale, release them down. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, bring them down. Last one. Inhale. And as you drop those heels down towards the floor, try to push into the feet and lift the toes up off the mat. See if you can wiggle your toes. Inhale and exhale, release. Walk your hands towards your feet. And have a nice hangout moment here, right? So just breathe, shake the head out, and let yourself just kind of ragdoll halfway here. Grabbing opposite elbows if you'd like to shake it side to side. And let's go ahead and slowly roll ourselves, coming up to standing. Let's stack one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Let yourself find that flow. Release the hands to the side. Coming back to your mantra, your intention. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's close the eyes for a moment as we bring the hands to the heart. All right, let's take it through a nice slow vinyasa flow here. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, reaching your hands forward. And exhale, let the hands float down towards the floor, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk them forward. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Drop the knees for a modification. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, come back to a half push-up. Release into a mini child's pose as you tuck your toes. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your stance. Walk the hips or shake the hips kind of side to side a little bit here. Let them have movement. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and start with the right side. We're going to inhale into three-legged dog. So right leg comes up and back behind you. Bend that right knee. Stack the right hip on top of the left. And try to draw small circles with your right knee. Doesn't have to be big circles, can be small. And then change directions. Inhale, we're gonna lift. Exhale, we're gonna come into a low lunge with the right leg forward. So the right knee comes through the center body, foot comes in between the hands, left knee comes down onto the floor. Now you have that blanket handy, or you can also use your yoga mat and roll it to have a double thickness if your knee is feeling a little bit stiff. All right, so coming and lifting up to the fingertips. If those yoga blocks are handy, they can also help you if we're feeling like we're a little bit needing more of a lift. Coming up higher to your fingertips. And if it's accessible, maybe hands can come to the knee. Letting yourself totally relax more into the left hip flexor. So just trying to meet that tension with positivity. So just reassuring yourself that it's okay and you're serving yourself with good purpose here. Now, if your yoga blanket, belt or your strap are handy, this can also be available and good for our twist that we're going to come into here. So allowing your hands to come from the knee, we're going to bring the right hand to the right hip, left elbow to the right knee, and gently turn our gaze over our right shoulder. If that's too much for you, you can always keep the hands on the floor and just bring your gaze over your right shoulder. If you want to add a little deeper twist in here, you can always bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot, and then bringing the right hand behind you to reach towards the back foot, bend the knee, and bring the foot to the hand. If that's not quite available, that's where your strap can come in handy. Backing up, bringing the strap to the foot. And allowing the strap to be a guide and help for you. So, coming back, coming forward. Hands can be on the blocks. You can start to bend the knee and then just reach back with the right hand, grabbing onto that strap. So lessening the twist and coming a little bit more into the quad stretch. So just kind of pulling that in there. Making sure your front knee is still in a 90-degree angle. Don't want to go over here. Remember your breath. Do not allow yourself to go back to shallow breathing. Once you deepen your breath, try to be mindful of maintaining that depth. Inhale and exhale, gently release the foot if it's up. If it was already down, now we're going to come into our half split. So shift your weight back, lift your hips up, keep the spine extended forward. So don't round through the spine. Keep the elongation there to get the best benefit here. Shift the hands back a couple of inches. Inhale and exhale. See if you can bring belly towards your thigh. Let yourself meet that resistance and let it go. Inhale, we're going to gently come back up slowly out of our half split. And now we're going to work our way into lizard pose. So you can put the blocks off to the side if you'd like, or you can walk the foot out to the right-hand side. Right hand comes to the inside. All right, and allowing that knee to slowly kind of windshield wiper open, flutter it out. Nice. All right, going back into a little bit of a twist if it feels available for you. You can slowly start to let the right knee fall out to the side and open up as the inside of your foot comes off the mat. Gently pushing into the right knee and then maybe bringing your gaze over the right shoulder. So this is a little bit deeper of a twist than what we were just a moment ago, opening up a little bit more into the lower lumbar spine and going into the thoracic a little bit as well. So just being kind to yourself. Remember, you're serving yourself good purpose here. All right, release gently out of it. And we walk the foot back into the center, coming back into your low lunge. And now we're going to find pigeon pose. So walking that foot over towards the left side of the mat and gently dropping the right knee down towards the right hand. Now the foot naturally likes to hinge back. So if you have that going on because you're tight, sometimes I like to help myself by holding onto the foot with my left hand. Now I'm noticing as I'm sliding down that I'm pretty tight today. Now this is where the blocks or the rollers are going to come into play. So if you've got that rad roller handy, we're going to take that rad roller and we're going to place it right into the sciatic nerve, into the glute area. So I know my angle right now is a little back, so I'll come up and just show you. Right where your leg and comes up to your glute, where the crease is. So when you lift your leg, it creates a little indentation there, right? So that's the area that we're going for. Again, remembering, not onto bone, going into muscle, working on the tissue area, help open it up. If you've got the double roller, this is also a nice one too for this area. So finding a little spot that works for you. Everybody is different. Every body has a different situation going on. So just listening to what's going to be working for you right now. Placing the hands in front of you. And now meeting that resistance with our breath. You can use your yoga blocks and allow them to support you as well. If it feels available to come down towards the mat, let yourself use your breath. Take it slow. Slow down the breath. Letting yourself truly let go. Notice where the mind starts to wander. Bring yourself back to your breath. Taking a couple of more here. And then slowly using your inhale to come on back up. Now, if you have the strap still around your foot, hopefully it's easy access. If it's not still on the foot, then just allowing yourself to roll onto your right hip after you remove the roller. And then coming to the strap, placing it around the foot or ankle. Tighten that body here. And then just allowing yourself to roll back into place. All right, let's work a little bit more on those quad muscles and hamstrings. So gently pulling onto the belt. So baby, stop it. That's not a toy. All right, so gently grabbing onto your strap, bending that knee, and then pulling that foot towards you and allowing the strap to reach forward. Yeah. Feeling a big stretch there? Inhale, pull maybe a little forward more if you'd like, and then exhale, push that foot into the belt like you're pulling and pushing together, right? So pull it forward. Inhale, exhale, push it back. Push it back. Activate, activate, deactivate. Let it go, let it relax, pull it forward. Inhale and exhale. Release and push that foot back. Hold on to it. Inhale and then exhale. Nice job, guys. Release the foot slowly. Now we're going to gently roll onto our side body here. We're going to flex the foot and bring that right foot into the side body here. All right. All right, you can keep that strap still on your foot if you want. And allow it to help you into your single-legged butterfly pose. So here we are with the right foot on the inside of the thigh, and you can slowly inhale, open up the arms, and then exhale, reach that left hand to the left foot. And just extending and opening yourself up here. Now, if you want to use that strap, you can hold on to it for the left hand. Or if you're trying to work on opening up and bringing the right hand down to the foot, you can actually grab onto that with the right hand. And then the left hand maybe reaches towards the opposite oblique to keep the chest opened up to the side. Two more breaths. All right, slowly releasing up out of the pose. Release the strap from the foot. Gently place it off to the side. We're going to use that again. Right hand comes to the floor, rolling onto the right knee. Lift the left side body up and extend yourself open and out. Pushing those toes down towards the floor. Keep extending fingertips away from the toes. Inhale and exhale. Gently come back down to the floor. Readjust your sitting position so that way both sitting bones are still are sitting equally on the mat, facing along your left leg. Grab onto that strap again if you would like to use it to help you here today. Coming down towards that left foot. We're going to inhale and exhale. Release, holding on to the belt as you elongate the upper body towards the left leg. So belly to thigh. Let that strap do some of the work for you. So maybe if you're using two sides of the strap, you can pull the elbows out to the side. Keep the chin pulling forward. Inhale, exhale a little bit further. Inhale and exhale, slowly release, then use the inhale to come up out of the pose. Take the strap, put it off to the side. Now reverse plank, so the feet are going to come extended in front of you. You're going to point those toes, roll the shoulders back, lift the hips up. Inhale and exhale. Gently release those hips down. We're going to gently just roll back over to the side and come back into downward facing dog. So however flowy you want to be about it. You can hop, you can skip, you can jump. All right, finding that downward dog. You can take it through a flow if you want. You will find a little vinyasa, inhaling into plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling into your up dog, and then exhale back into your downward dog. Yeah? That didn't bother you at all? All right, we're gonna take that to the left side. Inhale, left leg is gonna come up, bend that left knee, stack that left hip on top of the right. Find your position, and then slowly start to open up the knee into circles. Switch directions. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower slowly, coming down into your low lunge. So left knee is forward, your right knee is behind you. Making sure that we have our blocks handy, your roller, and your strap. All right, inhaling onto your fingertips. Using the blocks if you'd like as well. Now, you know we're going to be in this lunge for quite a while here, so just taking your time into this pose, setting yourself up the way you know you need to be, protecting the knee. If it's feeling like the floor is a little bit too hard for it here, you can always keep the toes also tucked to help kind of lift a little bit from the knee. All right, if you already know that you're going to be using that strap for the twist, or attempting anyways to get a little deeper into your quads and your hamstrings, go ahead and get yourself set up for that. So just shifting back, grab your foot, however which way that you feel you can. Some days are a little bit more graceful than others, but that's okay. Okay, so just putting that on the foot there, inhaling, looking forward. All right, starting for that twist, inhale. Exhale, hands come up to the knee. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow comes to the knee as your left hand comes to the hip. If you want to bring your right hand to the outside of the foot, you can also do that to deepen the stretch. And then once again, allowing, my strap is on the wrong side. Allowing ourselves to find that opposite leg by bending the knee. Now, if the hand on this side is a little bit too wobbly, you can always just leave that elbow here. Bend that knee and grab onto your strap and gently pull it in. How it feels as far as the distance, right? So if you feel like this is not as easy as it was on the other side, we're trying to gain back balance on both. So don't fight yourself, don't force yourself, but find where you can create balance. Like me just now, losing my balance and then coming back to it. I'm going to face forward. I'm going to pull that leg in. And exhale, we're going to gently release that knee down slowly. You can leave the strap on the knee, on the foot rather, and we're going to shift the weight into our half split. Inhale, lift the hips up. Shift the weight back just enough so you can keep the hips parallel to the ground. And then you're going to shift the foot maybe back and flex it. If that's uncomfortable, just keep the toes on the ground. You got the option. Listen to yourself. Inhale. And exhale, release belly towards thigh. Upper body stays elongated along the leg, not rounding through the spine. Keep the breath going. Turn back to your intention. Inhale, let's go ahead and come back forward, lifting ourselves back up. Now we're going to come into our lizard pose. So shifting the blocks off to the side or one maybe in front, walking the left foot to the left side of the mat, and then letting that leg kind of float and flutter. All right, and then it feels good to let it float open a little bit more. Pushing into the right hand to support, letting the left hand gently aid into the twist a little deeper. Inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Let's go ahead and find our pigeon pose. Releasing the left foot over towards the right side. Gently drop the knee down. Use the hands to support you. Hips are square, so they're facing the sitting bones are hopefully equal. Hip bones are facing the front. We'll grab onto that rad roller here, and we're going to place that gently right underneath the glute into the sciatic joint area, the SI. Inhale and exhale. Begin to find your mouth. So if you're meeting your tension already here, that's fine. Maybe close the eyes and let it happen. A little bit by little bit. Just taking your time again to find where it works for you here. This part of practice is the most important part of yoga to me. Listening to where your body can go in this moment and allowing yourself to truly not force, but find. Let go. Take about 3 more breaths here. And then use your next inhale to go ahead and gently come on back up, walking your hands slowly. Now we're going to come in for that quad stretch here. So we're going to go ahead and bring the right foot towards the hand. And if the strap is part of our jig today, we grab onto that strap and hold on to it and let it help us. So bringing the foot forward, pull it forward gently. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale, push the foot back, holding on to it with the strap in the hand. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. Inhale, and exhale, push it back. Playing with that active and deactive concept here with the muscles. Help you alleviate any stress or any pain in the knee, joint area. Exhale, release it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull it forward. Inhale, and exhale. Slowly releasing that leg down, taking that rad roller, placing it just gently off to the side here. And then we're slowly going to drop onto the left hip, rolling the right leg open and out so we keep the right leg extended. And then the left foot comes to the inside of the thigh. Open up through the side body, out to the side, inhale. And then exhale, reaching your right fingertips down towards the right foot. The left hand floats up. Let it happen. And again, using that strap. So maybe pulling that with your right hand. Or if you're working on opening up the side body and the top arm can maybe reach onto that strap. Maybe you're all the way up here. That's okay. Work on what works for you in this moment. Once again. Couple more breaths here. Release the strap. Inhale, gently coming on up. We're going to roll onto the side body. So we're going to roll onto the left knee. Right leg extends up and out. Inhale. Exhale. Come on back down. Shift yourself so both sitting bones are equal and you're facing the front of your mat. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, reaching along the leg and down to the right foot, using the strap to help bring you down a little further. Inhale, exhale a little deeper. Slowly releasing up out of the pose, going ahead and grab onto your strap, place it off to the side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing your left to meet the right. Shake the knees out. All right, go ahead and bend both knees and bring the feet together and then drop the knees out. Bandha Konasana. Bandha Konasana. Float the knees a little bit more if you can here. You're in the way right now. I know I love you too. I know I love you too. All right, we're going to work a little bit on our Bandha Konasana pose. Now, hopefully you do have some props available with you. If you do not have any props, you can come into reclined Bandha Konasana laying on the ground first. So I'll show that if you do not have props at home. My sweet love, slide over. So you're going to bring your feet together. Sorry, for your reclined Bandha Konasana without props, you're just going to come onto your back. You're going to bring your knees and your feet together, and you're just going to drop your knees out to the side and gently place the hands on the legs. The heart are open into cactus arms. If you do have some props available with you today and you'd like to try a supported butterfly pose, we're gonna go ahead and open up your strap all the way out as best as we can. And you're gonna go ahead, actually before you do that, make sure you have your blanket behind you as well as your blocks. Seats, blocks, thank you, light. Grab onto your blocks and place those behind you gently. Okay, now probably a blanket on top of your blocks. If you have a better scenario, if you have a bolster at home, that is also a good option for you. If you've got rad rollers or one or two, either one's gonna work. Place those off to the side here as well, that they're handy. Now go ahead and grab onto your strap, place your body through the strap, so that way it's like a belt, right? All the way through. Now turn the little latch so it's off to the side just enough so that way you can bring your feet. Okay, so it's around the body, bring it down to the feet. Should have a little bit more here facing forward. So I just had it like a belt, brought it down to the feet and underneath, and then I pulled the strap so that I can bring the feet a little bit closer. Yeah? So the strap should be just low, right at the hip bone area. So it shouldn't be too much on the actual spine, like high up. So here's the front view. Show you the back view. Should be about lower, right about here, right where those your sacrum is. All right, now making sure that you have a little bit of space here that you can come back slowly and find that blanket, that block, that pillow, whatever it is that you have going on here, and then allow it to support you here. You can use those rad rollers now and place them into your sciatic area once again. Or you can even roll it a little bit closer towards the tailbone if it doesn't cause too much lift or too much pain. So hanging out here and letting yourself reach back and let the head come back. Hopefully you have enough support where the head's not completely hanging off of your blocks. Hopefully it should be relatively supported with just a slight arch. If this causes any pain in the spine or in the neck area or in the hips, please come out of the pose slowly and try Supta Baddha Konasana, so on the floor, recline. So we're just hanging out here for a little bit, taking deeper breaths if we can, returning back to that intention, and just being mindful if there is any place that is holding on to tension or tightness. If your shoulders start to feel tight and stiffen up, maybe open up the arms out to the side a little bit more so they are unsupported, unweighted. If maybe having the support behind you is not quite doing enough for you because you have a little more flexibility, you can always come up out of the pose slowly and take the blanket and take the blocks off to the side. And slowly walk yourself back down. Or use the block along the spine here so that there's a small arch support and your head can come to the mat, or you can use your second block and place that underneath your head. So you've got a couple of options I just showed you. Hopefully you can find one that works for you. Stop. Stop. Breathe into it and let it go. Let's take about 3 more breaths here, trying to find comfort. Pushing into your elbows, lift your upper body up slowly by using your hands on your thighs. Walk the elbows back so the hands can meet the floor, and gently lift yourself up and take the rollers off to the side. Remove the strap. And then gently curl yourself into a little ball, rounding through the spine. And letting go. Sending yourself love and gratitude, patience. Inhale, gently slowing, coming back up. Coming into our final poses here, guys. We're just going to gently come into a nice forward fold using our props. So having a blanket right here for the belly. You can even use your blocks to support the head as well. And you can also use your strap. So bending the knees, bring the strap around the feet. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, bring belly towards the thighs, resting them gently down. Looks like I want to have my block as a dual purpose here. And once you've found your extension, release the hands from the strap and hang out. Slowing down. Inhale and exhale one more time here. Inhale, I want you to gently, slowly come on back up. One of our final poses here, we're going to come into supported bridge pose. So taking your blanket and placing it behind you, maybe opening up to make sure it's not too thick. Placing it for your head, taking your strap, you no longer need the strap. Making sure you have your rad rollers, or one. If you have one or two, doesn't matter. Hopefully you have two, will be better for this particular situation. But we're going to scoot down. We're going to inhale, roll forward, and then exhale, round back. Coming back onto that blanket. Move. Plants. Plants, please. Seats and plants. Grabbing onto your block, I want you to walk your shoulder blades together so your chest is lifted. You're going to walk your feet towards your glutes. You're going to inhale, start to lift and reach the hips up. Once you found a good distance that feels okay for you, you're going to bring the block and you're going to place your hips down and let your body be supported by that block. If you feel the position is a little uncomfortable, maybe lower it a little bit to make sure you're actually supported on your sacrum. Now, if you want to use those rad rollers from here, taking one, the single one first, and allowing yourself to lift the shoulder and place the rad roller underneath the trapezius muscle. So kind of wedging it in there and then slowly letting the shoulder fall back. If you have a second rad roller, you can place it on the opposite side to have equal balance at the same time. If you've only got one rad roller, don't worry, we'll hang out here and then we'll switch sides. If your height on the block becomes too high, you can always lift the hips and drop the hips down a little bit lower. Now, if you only have one rad roller, go ahead and gently lift the one shoulder that the roller is on, gently remove the roller, and change the side. If you have both rollers in, see if maybe, if you can, go a little higher on your block. If that's available to you. If that's not available and causes significant pain, please back off. Letting yourself be calm, be peaceful. Let's take about 3 more breaths here. And slowly, I want you to remove the block first. So inhale, lift, and round down. Lift the knees, and hold on to the knees as you bring them in towards the chest. Rounding through the spine just a little. Exhale, release them down, lift the shoulder up, remove the roller, and gently place it off to the side. Inhale, extend one leg. Exhale, extend the other leg. Inhale, open up the entire body as you lift the arms and lift them overhead. Full body stretch. And coming into our Shavasana here together today, releasing the hands back down to the side body. Any last little bits of motion and movement you feel you need to have, find your place. Find it now. And letting ourselves close the eyes and tune around any external thoughts and concerns. And let ourselves just be. Soften the space in between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw. Maybe let it fall open as you exhale. Relax the hands. Relax the arms. Relax everything. Let yourself. Letting yourself become light and free. Free from worry. Free from stress. Free from disease. Free from pain. Let yourself just be. Feel yourself floating away, drifting into your subconscious of peace and love. You are happy. You are free. Beginning to wiggle our fingertips and toes. Connecting back with our body. Send gratitude to each and every finger and toe. And when you feel ready, full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead. Inhale and exhale, bend the knees, bring the feet back to the mat, windshield wiper side to side. That feels good for you. And falling over to one side. And then letting you just kind of fall and feel where it feels good. Laying on our side body, reassuring ourselves with love. And taking time to come back up to seated, just as we begin class. And as you find your seated position, let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall, rising up the crown of the head, sinking down with our sitting bones. Let's inhale the shoulders up, back, and down, bringing them down to the side body. Hands resting on the knees. Release your hands down to the side. Inhale, reach them up towards the sky. Join your palms together. Release them down towards your heart center. Take a nice gentle bow forward. Return back to that intention one last time. Remembering to take the practice from off the mat into your daily life with your breath and with your mantra. I am patient. I am strong. I am loving. I am kind. Inhale that intention, nice and big. Fill it up throughout your entire body. And as you exhale, release it out into the beautiful world. Inhale, let's rise back up to the crown of the head. Before you open your eyes, I want you to take your hands and rub them as quickly and warmly as you can, creating a little bit of heat and cosmic energy between our hands. And finally, in closing, placing those hands, covering our eyes, feeling the warmth of our energy in hands, and inhale and exhale from darkness to light. We open our eyes slowly in the hands and release the hands away. Light me, bows, light you. Thank you so much for coming to practice with me today. Hopefully I can see you again soon. Namaste. Hope you guys enjoyed that practice. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that class, please leave me comments below. Give me any feedback, whether you liked something or didn't like something. All of that helps me grow and being a better teacher, not only for myself, but for you. And that is the number one reason why I'm doing these classes. So please tune in for more classes as well. I have my full schedule available at my website, mountainyogi.com. That's MTN YOGI. And if you are looking for some more yoga, today it is Thursday, my favorite day of the week. We're going to have our wine and yoga class tonight at 6 p.m. So tune in, guys, and hopefully you feel just a little bit better today. Thanks, guys. See you later.